Ever thought about getting into cybersecurity but kind of dread the idea of a 4-year degree? Well, you're in the right place. I'm about to lay out a complete roadmap to get you job ready and fast. Let's dive right in.
So here's the big promise, right? A plan that could get you ready for an entry-level cybersecurity role in as little as 7 to 10 months. And we are not just talking about theory here.
No, we're talking about a practical, step-by-step guide. This whole thing is designed to take you from wherever you are right now straight to your very first job in this incredible field.
So let's just call this what it is. It's a 10-month mission. And, like any mission that's actually worth doing, it's going to require some serious commitment. And here's the catch, the fine print, if you will. This whole roadmap, it's built on a foundation of 3 to 5 hours of focused study and practice every single day. Yeah, it's intense, but honestly, it's the only way to make a goal this big happen this fast.
All right, so where do we even begin? Phase 1 is all about building that IT foundation. I mean, think about it. You can't protect a house if you don't know how it was built, right? This is the absolute non-negotiable first step that, trust me, way too many people try to skip. Don't be one of them.
And this foundation really stands on 3 main pillars. First up, you've got the nuts and bolts, the IT fundamentals. Then we get into how computers actually talk to each other, which is all about networking. And finally, you have to master the brains of the whole operation, the operating systems.
So you're going to want to spend a solid 1 to 2 months right here, really getting good at the core stuff. Installing an operating system, troubleshooting a PC, managing software. If you're new to all this, the CompTIA A+ certification is the perfect place to start. It gives you a structured path and proves you know your stuff.
Okay, once you've got a good handle on how one computer works, it's time to zoom out. We need to see how a whole network of computers communicates. Because at the end of the day, protecting it or attacking it, it all comes down to understanding how that data moves from one place to another.
So for the next month or two, you've got a pretty important choice to make. The CompTIA Network Plus is a fantastic entry point. It covers all the general principles. But if you're really up for a challenge, the CCNA is kind of the gold standard. It's definitely tougher because it focuses on Cisco gear, but man, it will make your resume pop.
And the last piece of our foundation puzzle is operating systems. The advice here is pretty simple. Just pick one to start. Go with either Windows or Linux, and spend the next 1 to 2 months getting super comfortable with things like file permissions and managing users. Now, long-term, you're going to need both. And hey, while the Linux Plus cert is out there, think of it more as a tool for your knowledge, not as a major resume booster.
Foundation built? Check. Awesome. Now we get to the really fun part. Phase 2. This is where we shift gears from that general IT knowledge into the really specialized skills that make you a cybersecurity pro.
First things first, you're going to need some basic coding skills. Python is super beginner-friendly, and something like Bash or PowerShell is just essential for automating tasks. But you know what? The biggest decision you'll make here is your specialization. So what's it going to be? Are you a defender or an attacker? These are really the two sides of the same cybersecurity coin. On one side, you've got the blue team. They're the defenders. They're the ones on the digital walls, hunting for threats, analyzing logs. And on the other side, that's the red team, the attackers. Their whole job is to think like a hacker and find the weak spots before the bad guys do.
So, if building the fortress and defending the castle sounds like your thing, these are the certifications you should be looking at. Cisco's CyberOps is a really well-respected industry standard, but options like the PSNA and PTL1 are awesome because they are incredibly hands-on. They throw you right into the fire with real-world scenarios.
But what if you'd rather learn how to break into that fortress? Well, then your life for the next month or two is going to be on practice platforms like TryHackMe and Hack the Box. You'll pair all that hands-on keyboard time with a certification like the EJPT or Pentest Plus to really prove you've mastered those offensive skills.
Okay, let's just hit pause for a second, because we have talked a lot about certifications. But this next point, this is probably the single most important piece of advice in this entire roadmap. And that is the absolute 100% truth of this industry. Certs are not a golden ticket. Employers hire you for what you can do, not for a piece of paper. Your actual, demonstrable, hands-on skills are what get you the job, period.
So, what good are certifications then? Well, think of them as the proof. They're the validation for all those hands-on skills you've been working so hard to build. A certification might get your resume past HR, but it's your skills that are going to get you through the technical interview and land you that job offer.
So we've covered the foundation, we've talked about specialization, and we've gotten the right mindset. Now let's zoom all the way out and see what this entire 10-month mission looks like from start to finish.
And there it is, the entire 10-month journey, all laid out. You can really see how each 2-month block builds right on top of the last one. It takes you from the absolute basics of IT, through networking, through operating systems, and right into that specialized practice. It's a logical path designed to make you a truly job-ready candidate in under a year.
Look, following this path is not going to be easy, but it is straightforward. The plan is laid out right here in front of you. So really, the only question left is the one on your screen. This whole journey starts with a single decision, a single first step. What's yours going to be?